Morning everybody, welcome to today's session. I hope you've been having a good week. A bit chilly this morning, so hopefully it'll start to warm up again soon. Let's get started. So we're going to go with our neck stretches again, which we've been doing all week. So same as usual, we're going to tip the head over to the side, take your hand over across the ear to slightly pull down, reaching the opposite arm away. And just holding here to take those nice deep breaths in and out. Swapping sides, tipping the head over, hand comes across, reach the arm away. Got one more on each side, tipping over, arm across and reach. Last one, we're tipping over, arm across and reach. And relax now. We're going to lay down on our backs. So you're going to lay down with your head facing up towards the ceiling. Taking those knees bent, feet on the floor. So we want to have a nice curve underneath the lower back. Just big enough to be able to get part of your hand underneath. And then just resting the arms down beside you. So from here, all we're doing is just taking nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through a pursed lip. Breathing in and out. So as you're taking nice deep breaths in and out, just imagine those hip bones having torches attached to them that are shining up parallel to one another onto the ceiling. Stay nice and relaxed in the upper body, shoulders are away from the ears, your chest is nice and open. Keeping the weight even for your feet. Big toe, little toe and heel. And then just gently tightening in the tummy. So as you breathe out, we're now going to tuck the pelvis under, flattening your lower back into the mat. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to release out to neutral. Tucking under to flatten. Holding here. Releasing out to neutral. So as you're getting that tucked under position, we want to try and find a nice strong flat back. So use your tummy muscles and your pelvic floor to help you to move. Try to avoid squeezing your bottom. And this next one we're going to hold our flat back. So tucking under to hold. So staying in that nice strong flat back position, we're going to start to tighten the pelvic floor. So as you breathe out, you're tightening all the way in with the pelvic floor. Inhale to release. Exhale to tighten. Inhale to release. So think of the sensation of stopping a wee mid-flow. So as you're tightening, you should feel as though your tummy muscles are working harder, and like your back is slightly flatter into the floor. We're going to halve this contraction. So 50% tightening in the pelvic floor as you exhale. Inhale to release. Exhale to tighten. Inhale to release. So we're still keeping our nice relaxed position through the shoulders. Get them away from the ears. Chest is nice and open. If you are feeling really tense, just turn those palms up to the ceiling, and that will help to get that nice open position for you. You want to be pulling the tummy all the way down. And remembering to keep that weight even through your feet. So big toe, little toe, and heel. We're going to half one last time. So 20 to 25% tightening. So this should feel like a very gentle lifting, something that you can sustain throughout any exercise if you needed to. It's just working in the background. So your flat back position should feel nice and strong. You're using your tummy muscles and your pelvic floor to help you to stay there. I want you to lift both legs up into a tabletop position. So bring your knees up above your hips and your shins are parallel to the ceiling. We're going to glue those legs together. As you breathe out, you're tipping both legs over to the side, releasing one hip from the floor. Inhale to the center. Onto the other side, we're tipping over, releasing that hip. Coming back to the center. Tipping over. And center. Tipping over. So although one hip is releasing from the floor, your shoulders stay down. You're using your tummy muscles to take you over to the side. Bring you back to the center. You're finding that flat back position. Use your pelvic floor. And again onto the other side. Nice deep breaths. Let's take two more on each side. We're tipping over and center. Tipping over and center. One more on each side. We're tipping over and center. We're tipping over And center, relaxing there, hug those knees into the chest. And from here on our hands and knees to stretch out through our back. So we're going to bring our hands under our shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We want that tummy to already be nice and tightened. From here, as you breathe out, we're tucking the pelvis under. So we're going to start to curve the back, arching the spine, dropping your head. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to let the pelvis come back to your start position, working through the spine. And we lift the head. Tucking under to curve, arching the back, dropping the head. We hold, releasing out through the spine, piece by piece. Your head is the last thing to lift. So we want to get lots of movement through the back. We're working into each section, piece by piece. So if you do have any areas that are feeling really stiff or sore, we're going to slow them down. Trying to move each vertebrae one by one. So here as we're curving the back, we're pulling the tummy all the way in. As you release to your start position, let the shoulders come away from the ears. Let's take 2 more here. Tucking under to curve, arching the back, dropping the head. Take a deep breath in to stay. Releasing out through the spine. To lift the head, last one here, we're tucking under to curve. Arching that back, we're dropping the head and we hold. Releasing out through the spine. To lift the head. From here we're pushing back into a shell stretch. So you're pushing your bottom to your feet, reaching the arms out in front. And then we're going to be on our sides for our chest opening stretch. So as you're laying on your side, take your knees bent, legs on top of one another, and your arms are coming out nice and long. With palm to palm. So your top arm is going to lift up so your fingertips point towards the ceiling. Taking the head with you, we're twisting away from the body to the opposite wall. Holding here to take your stretch before lifting back up and over to come down palm to palm. Top arm lifts, fingertips point to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, twisting away, we hold before we lift back up and over to come down palm to palm. So keep those legs really glued together and grounded. Remember, this twist is coming through your waist. So if you let the legs move, you won't be working the right muscles through the middle of your body. Nice deep breaths. Keep the arms stretching from the fingertips all the way into your armpits. We're looking towards that hand for as long as we can, keeping a good range of movement through the neck. Let's take 2 more on this side, lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Take the hand with you and we'll twist away. We're holding here as we stretch. Before lifting back up and over to come down palm to palm. This is your last one on this side, lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, we're twisting away. Holding here to stretch before lifting back up and over to come down palm to palm. From there we're swapping sides, so either roll over to face the other way or swap the end of the mat you're laying at. So same position, those knees are bent, legs are stacked one on top of the other. Arms are nice and long and you're resting your head down. The top arm lifts, fingertips to the ceiling. Take the head with you, start to twist away. Holding here to stretch before lifting back up and over to come down palm to palm. Top arm lifts, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, we're twisting away. Holding here to stretch before lifting up and over. Coming down palm to palm. So remember, those legs are glued together. Keeping them grounded, getting this nice open position through the chest as you twist through the upper body. Deep breaths. You're not holding your breath at any point. Take that head with you, keeping a good range of movement on both sides of the neck. Reaching through that arm. We're taking 2 more here. Lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Take the head with you, twisting away. We hold. Coming back up and over. Coming down palm to palm. Last one here, lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Take the head with you. We're twisting away, holding here to get that stretch before lifting back up and over to come down palm to palm. From there we come into a full body stretch. You can roll onto your back. We are going to be on our back for the next exercise, but if you want to grab yourself a drink, then you can. So as you lay on your back, you're in a neutral position, so you've got that slight curve under the lower spine. Knees are bent and your feet are flat on the floor. Just resting those arms down beside you. From here, you're taking a nice deep breath in to nod the head. Think chin to chest. Exhale, we're lifting the shoulders up from the floor, reaching those arms nice and long. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to control back down. Chin to chest. Lifting up, we're holding. Control back down. So we're pulling the tummy all the way down, and that's what's giving us our lift. You want this chin to chest position to keep that neck nice and relaxed. So big nod of the head, then use the tummy to lift you. Okay, now reach through the arms, shoulders, stay away from the ears. We're going to take 2 more here, then changing the arms. Chin to chest, lifting the shoulders, holding, control back down. Last one before we change the arms, chin to chest, lifting the shoulders, we hold, control back down. From here we're going to bring the arms across the chest. So think about giving yourself a nice hug. The shoulders stay down. Again, chin to chest. Lifting up. We hold. Control back down. So still using the tummy muscles and that chin to chest position to give you lift. Just take a moment to make sure that your shoulders haven't lifted now that you've moved the arms. Tighten your pelvic floor. Let's take 2 more here and we'll change the arms one last time. Chin to chest, lifting up. We hold. Control back down. Last one here, chin to chest, lifting up. We hold. Control back down. Then you're taking your hands one on top of the other, and you're placing them either onto your forehead or behind the back of your head, whichever one is more comfortable for you. Again, same movement, chin to chest, lifting up. We hold, control back down, chin to chest, we lift, holding, control back down. Even if you're supporting behind the head, you still want to take that nodded position to get tension away from the neck. We're bringing those elbows out wide, opening your chest, make sure those shoulders are down. Use your pelvic floor. We're taking 2 more here, chin to chest. Lift the shoulders. We hold. Control down. Last time here, chin to chest. Lift the shoulders. We hold. Control back down. From there, just hug those knees into your chest. And then we're coming onto our knees. If you don't like kneeling, you're going to be laying in your front. So if you're laying on your front, you want your legs to be out long behind you, and you've got your hands mat width apart in line with your ears. If you're kneeling, then you're kneeling up nice and tall through your body. Get the knees underneath your hips. So you're kneeling up nice and tall. If you know you cramp up quite a lot through your calves, tuck those toes under. If not, then just rest the tops of your feet on the ground. Take a slight nod of your head just to make sure that you're not flinging that head back, you're not straining in the neck. Tummy should be tightened the whole time. So relax those arms, get the shoulders down. As you breathe in, you're going to tighten that tummy and start to lean back, hinging through the knees. As you breathe out, squeeze your bottom, lift yourself back up. Leaning back, breathe in, squeeze, to lift. Leaning back, squeeze and lift. So think of the squeeze of your bottom and your breath out driving you forwards. Leaning back, pushing forwards. Really firm and tightening through that tummy. Remember, you're tucking that chin under. So if you're laying on your front, you're doing your chest lift with your hands mat width apart. Sorry, I got my breathing wrong there. Breathe in to go back. Exhale to lift. We'll take 2 more here and then we'll change the arms. Last one, breathe in to go back. Exhale to lift. Bringing those arms across the chest. So like we did in the last exercise, in the sit-up one, you just bring them across as if you're having a little hug. Make sure you're not then lifting and tensing those shoulders. They're down. They're relaxed, okay? The arms are just placed there. You're still slightly nodding the head. If you're on your front, you're going to do alternate arm lifts for this next bit. Inhale to go back. Exhale, squeeze to lift. You're still tightening the tummy the whole time. That shouldn't be relaxed. Leaning back, squeeze to lift. Really squeeze that bottom. You should almost feel that tighten up through your lower back. That's going to help to really support you there. We've got 2 more here. We're leaning back. Breathe in. Exhale to lift. Last one. Inhale back. Exhale to lift. Relaxing there. Bring yourself back into a shell stretch. So your bottom's going back towards your feet. And you're reaching those arms out in front. That stretch should feel quite nice. Grab yourself a drink if you need one. We're then going to be on our backs for the 100. So as you come onto your back, laying down, looking up to the ceiling, just take your knees bent, feet on the floor to begin with. From here, you should be in a flat back position. So you need to tuck yourself under, tuck your pelvis under, to get your lower back into the floor. So I'll talk you through what we're going to do all together, and then we'll go as one. So you've got that flat back position. From there, you're going to be bringing your legs up into a lengthened position. So as they lift, you're straightening them as much as you can. It doesn't matter here if you need to keep a slight bend through your knees. It's about sustaining that position with your flat back. If your back is starting to curve, bend those knees a little bit more, or if you're struggling to keep them lifted, again, you can bend through the knees. It's about being able to hold it for the entirety of the exercise. From there, you can either leave your head resting down looking up to the ceiling, or if your neck is sore, or if you're okay with your neck, we're going to nod the head and lift the shoulders off of the floor. Everyone's going to have their arms nice and long. and your palms are going to face the ceiling. So for this one, you're pushing your arms up towards the ceiling as if you're against water. 5 as you breathe in, 5 as you breathe out. So the arms will look like this. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. From there, your hands are behind your head. And you're going into 2 sets of 8, sitting up towards the legs. Once you've finished there, keeping those legs nice and long, rest your head and your arms down. We're going to go into crisscrosses with the legs. So your legs are going to be crisscrossing for 2 sets of 8. If your legs are bent, it's the bottom of your legs that's going to be crisscrossing. Then we'll relax, hug those knees in, and take a stretch. Okay? We're all going to go together. So find that nice strong flat back position, tuck under, lose the gap under the lower spine. When you're ready, lift your legs up and lengthen them as much as you can. Keep a bend if you need to. From here, we're going to nod the head, lift those shoulders, bring your arms long and turn your palms up to face the ceiling. And we inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, pelvic floor, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, halfway, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 more, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, staying here, take those hands behind your head. We've got sit-ups for 8, 7, 6, breathe, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 8 more, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, tummies in, 3, 2, 1, resting the head down, your arms rest down beside you, keeping those legs nice and long, they crisscross for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, last set, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relaxing there, hug those knees into your chest. From there, come into a full body stretch. Give those legs a little shake out if you need to. Come up to sitting, you can grab yourself a drink if you need to. Good, so we're going to go into stretches. So we're just going to get rid of that. So today's stretch, we're going to sit into our mermaid stretch again. I've done this a few days in a row. I just think it's a really good one to lengthen down the side of the body. If any of you joined in with yesterday's class, you might have seen that one of my lovely clients said that she used a small weight in the arm that she was lengthening for her stretch. If you want to do this, you can. I'll talk you through when and where as I'm going through the exercise now. So if you are in a limited or small space, you need to be at one end of your mat. So just shimmy yourself down. If you suffer with problems with your hips and your knees, then you might want to adjust the position to cross-legged. Again, I'll go through that when we get to it. So for the full mermaid, you're going to have one leg in front and the other leg tucked behind. Hopefully that's quite clear on the camera. And if you need to be at one end of your mat, you need to have space on the side that the leg is in front. So that's a full mermaid. If that's really uncomfortable for your hips or your knees, you're just coming into your cross-legged position. If you look here, I've still got one leg in front of the other. Okay, so whichever one you find the most comfortable. If you want to use a small weight or a tin of baked beans or something, then what you're going to do is have that in the hand the same side as your back leg. Whether you're in cross-legged or it's open position, that's entirely up to you. You can still use a weight if you want to. So the arm that's either holding the weight or is in line with your back leg is going to be long, okay, and that's going to be reaching up and over. I'll just move down a little bit. Your other arm needs to have space to slide away, hence why you need to have that space towards one end of your mat. So sitting up nice and tall, if you're using a weight, then grab it in that arm that's going to be long. Reach away from your body towards the wall to the side of the back leg. Keep that reach to bring your arm all the way up and over. This is where this hand starts to slide away. If you're in a cross-legged position, you'll feel like this stretch is a little bit more restricted. That doesn't matter. If you can, drop down onto the forearm of the arm on the mat. Just continue to stretch over. It doesn't matter if this stretch is on a long arm. We just want to get a stretch down this side of your body. So whether that's in cross-legged, mermaid legs, long arm, forearm, doesn't matter. So just stretching that arm as long away from you as you can. So if you are holding a weight here, it's going to bring that arm further down, increasing this stretch and working that arm so that you don't just drop it. It's a nice lengthened position. Lifting yourself back up. You can always adjust to a different leg position here if you think, oh, that wasn't too bad, or it was too uncomfortable. Going again, reaching over, coming all the way up, slide that arm away. Holding that nice long stretch. Let's take nice deep breaths. Back up and over. We'll do one more time this side. Reach, lifting up, sliding away. Bring yourself down and stretch. Come back up. And over. Just take a moment if you need to center yourself again. We're swapping sides. So you need to shimmy down the other end of your mat. On this side, I'll demonstrate having a cross-leg position. So the other leg is now going to be in front. That front leg you just used is behind. So for here, I'm tucking this leg underneath in my cross leg. You could have this leg behind you. This is my bad hip. That's why I'm demonstrating this on this side. So again, if you want to, you can use a weight in that arm that's going to be reaching. This hand needs to be able to slide. Here we go, reaching away from the body. Lift all the way up and over. Slide this arm away. So if you're on a long arm, that's fine. You can drop down. I feel quite restricted in this cross-leg position, so I'm going to stay on a long arm. So if you're holding a weight, it's going to pull that arm and your waist down to lengthen that stretch more. It's also going to strengthen your arms here as you're trying to sustain that nice long line. So just wherever you can get that stretch, doesn't matter the position that you're in. Come back to your start position. And again, reach away, lifting up and over, and we stretch. That nice long position. Come back up and over one more time. Reach, lift up and over to stretch. and relaxing there. From here, we're going to take the soles of the feet together in our frog pose. It's quite a nice stretch, but it does take up quite a lot of time. And just shake those legs up and down, working into those hips a little bit more. Just think of those knees pulsing up and down. So if you did use the weights there, let me know how you found it. And just relax those legs and start to pull yourself down towards the feet. If you want to, you can press those elbows down to your legs. Really dropping that head down. From here, grab yourself a drink if you need one. We're going to be working on legs next, so we'll be on our side. So if you need to grab a pillow or a cushion or something, you can. So we're going to start with our clams. So remember that as you're laying down, your bottom arm is either nice and long. If you rest your head on, you can have something underneath the arm or the head. Or you're bending through the elbow to support your head in your hand. I just find that this is uncomfortable in my neck and I prefer to lay on my arm, but it's completely a personal preference. For this one, we're bending the knees and just start to bring those legs a little bit further up in front of you if you can. You're going to glue those feet together. For this one, we're going to have our hands on top of our hip. And that's just to make sure that that hip isn't going anywhere, that it's staying nice and sturdy and controlled with the leg movement. So here you're going to unfold that leg, keep the feet in contact with one another, lifting up, closing down, lifting up, closing down, lift and down, lift and down. So nice deep breaths. We've just got two more here, lifting up and down, lifting up and down. From there, I want you to straighten your legs out away from you and flex your feet. Look down your body, and you should be able to see your toes. If you can't see your toes, bring your legs a little bit further forwards. We still want those hips to be one on top of the other, so use that hand placement just to check that you're stacked, and it should feel like you're having to balance here. If you're really comfortable in that position, you're probably leaning slightly further forwards or slightly further back, which should be an easier position to find. So check that and then start to zip up under your waist using your tummy, which will help you to balance there. You can use this top arm for support if you need to. So you're going to lift that top leg up pointed, flex to come back down. Point to lift, flex to come down. So we're working through the ankle with that foot movement, just to release to get a little bit more flexion and extension there. Just to hip height, no higher. 4 more here. We're lifting up, flexing down, lifting up, flexing down. Last 2. We're lifting up, flexing down. We'll do our circles. Lift up, circling forwards for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that leg down. Check that you're still nice and stacked. Use your tummy. We're lifting up. The other one comes to meet it. And back down. Lifting up, up and down. Lifting up, and down. Lifting up and down. Breathe, lift lifting up, up and down. Double lifts coming up and down. Lift and down, breathe. And down, lift and down. 4 more, lift and down, lift and down. Last 2, lift and down, lift and down. We're going into our double leg lift with our upper body lift. So if you are supporting your head in your hands and you need to drop down to this flat position, it won't be for very long. So you're going to push into this arm that's on the floor to get a little bit of lift in your upper body. You're trying to lift under the armpit, not just the head. Ideally, we want the hand on the hip, but it doesn't matter if you still need to give yourself that support, because I want you stacked. So we're going to be lifting both legs and the upper body up and down. Lift and down. Breathe. And down. Lift and down. 4 more. Lift and down. Lift and down. Last 2. Lift up and down. Lift and down. Good. From there we're going to go on to the side. So just take your time if you're swapping the ends of your mat that you're at. So we're back to clams. Either with that leg, sorry, not your leg, your arm, nice and long. Sort my watch out. Your arm nice and long or supporting the head. Completely up to you. Bring those legs up as high as you can with that bent leg position. Feet are connected. Hand on the hip for support. Unfolding from the knee to lift up and down. Lift and down. Breathe, lift and down. So you're opening up through that hip socket. Last 2 here, lifting up and down, up and down. From there we lengthen the legs out. Flexing those feet, look down your body, and you should be able to see those toes. You're just checking those hips are stacked. Remember, if it feels quite comfortable, you're probably slightly further forwards or back. You're really balancing on that hip joint, on that hip bone underneath you. So you can have that hand there for support if you need it. We're lifting the top leg up pointed, flex to come down. Lifting up and down. Lifting up and down. Breathe, flex the foot. Lifting up and down. Last 2, lifting up and down, lifting up and down. Top leg lifts, we're circling forwards for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax that leg down. Check you're still nice and stacked. Top leg lifts up. Bottom leg comes to meet it. They come down together. Top leg lifts. Bottom leg meets. Down together. Breathe. Lift. Lift. And down. And down. Lift. Lift. And down. 4 more. Lift, lift and down. Lift, lift and down. Last 2. Lift, lift and down. Lift, lift and down. Double lifts coming up and down. Up and down. Lift, lift, lift. Lift. Last 2, lifting up and down, up and down. So we're pressing down into this arm, Holding on to that hip if you can. Remember, you're lifting your upper body and underneath that armpit and legs at the same time. Stay balanced. Lifting up and down. Up and down. Breathe. And down. Lift and down. 4 more. Lift up and down. Up and down. Last 2. Lift and down. Lift and down. Relax there. Roll onto your back and take a full body stretch. Good. From there, I want you to come up to a seated or kneeling position. And we're going to do a little bit of work in the arms. It's like an arm stretch more than anything. And we've done this one once. So some of you won't have done this before unless you specifically have watched that class, which you may have done. So you can sit, kneel, or if you're a lot more comfortable doing so, then stand. So basically, if you want to use your weights, you can. Your arms are both going to be long and reaching, and it's a stretch through the side of your body. The other arm doesn't bend, although it might look like it. It's more that you're leaning to allow that arm to reach, and we swap. So we're going to do 2 sets of 8 of those. And then depending on time, we might do that again. So I'm going to kneel up tall. Hopefully you'll be able to see what my arms are doing. So if you want your weights, you can. Arms are long. So what you're going to do is lean over so that one arm can reach up high and the other arm is slightly lower. I'm not specifically bending my arm, it is relaxing a little bit. So doing that for 8, swap sides, 7, 6, 5, breathe, 4, 3, 2, 1, 8 more, reach 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax there. We are going to do that again. So what you should feel is it working more down your sides than it is in your arms. If you're using weights, it is going to feel like you're working your arms more, but predominantly you should feel it here. Okay? If you have any questions or you're unsure, then message me about that. We're going to go again for 2 sets of 8. Make sure you breathe. Reaching up for 8, 7, 6, really lengthen, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 8 more, reach for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax, just drop those arms and give them a little shake. From here, we're going to go straight into our plank. So that's a nice lengthen through the arm and preparing those tummy muscles. So we're doing exactly the same planks that we've done all week. So again, if you haven't joined in for the rest of the sessions, it doesn't matter. We're doing a downward dog press up into a plank. I will be demonstrating doing the downward dog press ups, but as we come into the plank, I'll be on my knees. So just bear that in mind. If you've not done it before, or you're unsure from another class and you can watch, of course you can join in with me if you want to. If you really suffer from sore wrists and you can't bear any weight on them, do this on your forearms. Obviously there's no press up. Take your hands and your knees at slight diagonal angles away from your body. Keep your legs close together. Your feet shouldn't be apart, that is cheating. Toes are nice and tucked under. Push your bottom up as high as you possibly can. So you're in a nice triangle position here, finding that nice stretch through the legs in your downward dog. All you're doing in this position, keep your bottom high, is just bending your elbows and straightening them. From here, you'll tuck yourself under to come into that nice long plank position. I'm just going to hold here for a breath in and out, and relax. And then when you're ready, we go again. Push the bottom up high. Keep that bottom really nice and high as you do that, bending and straightening of the elbows. Start to tuck yourself under. Bring yourself into that nice long line. Squeeze your bottom, pull your tummy in. Breathe in and out. And then relax. When you're ready, we're going again. So you're taking these in your own time. There's no rush. If you want to spend a bit longer in your downward dog to get that nice stretch, then you can. You should still be breathing in your downward dog position. Make sure as you come into your plank, you're not dropping your hips too far down. So you've got a really solid position, you're protecting that back. I know that lots of my clients really hate these downward dog press ups, but I really like them, and it's really good to work your upper back and your arms in a different way. So remember to just lift that head in line with the rest of your body in your plank. Pushing that bottom up high. Find that downward dog position when you're ready, taking that press up. Bring yourself forwards into your plank. And relax. Let's do 2 more of those. We're going to push up nice and high. Find that downward dog position. Pressing, bending those arms, transitioning into your plank. Breathing in and out. Relaxing. You've got 1 more here. Pushing up. Press up. Tucking under. Finding that plank. Take your breath in and out. And relax there. Roll through those wrists. Control that breathing. And then we're going to take a really nice stretch. Grab yourself a drink if you need to. So either kneeling or standing, whichever one you would prefer. We're going to interlace the fingers, rounding the arms in front. Pull your tummy in so you can start to curve your back. Drop that head down. And just hold here to take some nice deep breaths in and out. Dropping those arms. Take the hands behind, pulling the arms back, lift the chest. Start to lean very slightly and just lift that head up. So you're really opening through the chest. Relaxing there, just roll through the arms, so take the shoulders back. And forwards. We're taking that stretch again. So interlace the hands, circle those arms, dropping the head and curve your back. Dropping the arms, take the hands behind you. Lifting the chest and the head. Relaxing there, rolling those shoulders back. And forwards. And relaxing there, that's your class done for today. thank you everybody that's joined me for today's session. I can't believe that tomorrow is the last session of the week. It's gone really quickly and we're already a week into June. It's madness. But as always, any questions or anything that you have on any of the exercises or anything extra you can do, either drop me a comment below or message me privately if you prefer. Bit dreary and colder today, but if you can, still get outside and get some fresh air, and I hope to see lots of you tomorrow. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.